Hey, Steph, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, awesome. We'll get started with questions. Please raise your hand if you have a question. Start with Dante.
Hey, Steph, how you doing?
What's up, big guy?
You played with Cordarrelle Patterson for 2 years in Minnesota. What makes
Yeah.
him so special as a player?
He's probably one of the most, he's probably the most talented person I ever seen with the ball in his hand besides Adrian Peterson. He's up there with like guys like, to me, in my opinion, just because I play with him. A guy like Dalvin Cook and those like, even those running backs, like, because he like 6'2", 6'3", he'll tell you probably 225, but he look a little stronger than that. Our old coach George Stewart, we all both had the same receiver coach. George Stewart used to say, "You big, you too strong, too fast, and too physical, and too big." So he's one of those guys that's extremely talented, can play all around the field, and just like really just a generational talent.
Thank you. Good luck this weekend.
For sure.
Well, that's a great answer. What Stefon, John Warren here, what do you think it took so long? Why do you think it took so long for somebody to figure out how to use him so effectively?
I think it's because he can do so many things. Like you see even like him, you really see them flourish like as a kick returner when the ball is instantly in his hand and he like get to kind of do it how he want to do it. But in these new offenses, especially this year, you see a lot of like guys who play receiver who are explosive enough that you put the ball in their hand out of the backfield, they're gonna make it happen. So I feel like he played a little bit of running back everywhere though. He even played some running back in Minnesota, and then he played some running back in New England, and it kind of got the ball rolling on. You can put him anywhere on the field. So I just feel like being paired up with the right offense and having opportunities as well.
Switching topics, Isaiah McKenzie, what can you, as a member of that receiver room, for a guy that likes to talk about himself as being the face of the franchise, but being so low after what happened in the Indy game, for him to come back and persevere and have a game like that when the team really needed him to step up, what does that say about Isaiah?
He fits the mold of the Bills team, like how our guys like back against the wall, guys that grind it out, guys that make it happen, and guys that persevere. Tough times don't last, tough people do, and he's a prime example of he has some shortcomings or whatever, but it's water off your back after a while, because he just never stopped working, even with everything that happened. He was a guy that he approached it like a professional, and I respect him, and two things, I'm pulling for him. I always want success for my guys. He didn't do anything that we were surprised. We all knew he could do.
Josh calls him a glue guy. Do you have a definition of what a glue guy is, and if that fits Isaiah's role?
You gotta. I feel like I'm not a head coach or like any guy running an organization, but you got your leaders of your team. You got your guys that are super serious. You got your guys that are work hard guys. You got your guys that are rebel a little bit. You got your guys with a little bit of swag. You got your jokesters. And, he falls in that line of, kind of like the common medium between everybody being too serious and people not taking it serious enough. He falls in that common medium of keeping everybody on the right track. Because, when I say that's a glue guy to me, a guy that kind of like fits the mold of what you're trying to do. But he also kind of gives you that level playing field of just, keeping it playful, keeping football.
Thanks, Steph.
No doubt.
Hey, Steph, Mark Gaughan here from the Buffalo News. So you took some big hits in the New England game. The one, I think 41 threw you down there one time. I thought that was a little over the line. But so two questions. One, how's your body feeling? And two, your body language during a game, you seem like you embrace the physical nature even when you get a hit that is over the line. What is your attitude about taking the punishment that a top receiver's got to take?
I feel like, I'm fine though. I heal up quickly. I'll be telling them I heal up like Wolverine, so I ain't got no issue. But throughout the game, I feel like as a receiver, you're going to take some shots, especially in my group. I can't never leave my guys out there. I might take a player or two off, but I love everything about the physicality of the game. That's why I fell in love with the game in the first place. So you got to take the good with the bad, especially when sometimes you're on the short end of the stick. It's going to be a little physical out there. But it's some guys out there. You got a quarterback that's 6'2", 6'3", taking hits from linebackers and D linemen. So I can't do too much complaining when there's other guys giving everything they got as well.
And then this is lastly, we've asked you this about a bunch of times, but let's go again here. You would think maybe somebody with all the numbers you have would be a little more of a diva. You're second, but you kind of have fun. You have swag guy. I'm not sure where you think you fall into the swag. What do you think of it? You think maybe because you were a 5th round draft choice, you are a little more maybe grounded than some receiver?
I know so.
Yeah,
I know so. Just like I give the credit to my process. As far as like everybody's different. You need to see some guys go early, 1st round off the board, 2nd round off the board, 3rd round off the board. That's all kind of early to me, or relative to me. But you see, like my process was different, and that's why I'm thankful for where I am now, because you see later draft picks sometimes surpass or have a longer career than the guy drafted earlier. Not saying they're not working equally as hard, but the guy in the 5th round got a little bit of more of a chip on his shoulder than the guy drafted in the 1st and 2nd, just in my opinion. Just because you got so much to prove, but not only to yourself, but you got to prove it to everybody, because people they believed in you, but you weren't their first choice. I always keep it in my mind, like they gave you a shot, but you weren't their first choice. You seen a lot of 5th round picks, 6th round picks, they cut, or they don't make the team. So for me, I feel like I felt exactly where I was supposed to fall, and it all kind of aligned. So where I'm at in my career now, I'm thankful, and I'm just like, yeah, I know what it took to get here, and I had to grind to get here, and now it's just like, grinding is just normal for me. I'm saying you got to go through the back door sometimes.
All right. Thanks very much.
No doubt.
Steph.
What's up, big guy? How you doing? It's been a while.
I know, right? It's been a while. I've been underneath a rock, just, coming up.
Welcome back.
Hey, talk about what has gotten to this team the past 10 quarters. It seemed like the past 2 weeks, y'all just like Groundhog's Day. Y'all been playing Tampa Bay all over again. What has gotten to this team this past 10 weeks?
I feel like that Tampa Bay game kind of got us back to where we needed to go, as far as like having confidence and playing free and playing like we know what we can play. I'm saying, having that confidence out there. And when things don't go right, let's make it right. Let's figure it out. Good things are going to happen, bad things are going to happen. Don't dwell on the bad. Let's keep rolling with the punches. And I feel like that's the kind of team, that's the team we had last year. This year, we kind of had ebbs and flows and a roller coaster. You don't want to ride that roller coaster. And we rode it a little bit because, that's just part of the process. Every year is different. But I think in the past, I guess you say 10 quarters, just get back to being us, letting the players play, putting the ball in your playmakers' hands, all of us, and you just letting us make it happen. Take the pressure off the coaches and be like this. It's the Joes and not the X's and O's.
Speaking of those X and O's, man, John Madden, what did his legacy mean to you, man?
I mean, to me, like, that's how football all started. You know what I'm saying? I started off playing Madden before I could actually play football. So I feel like it's something that we will never forget. He's somebody that you're gonna put on the pedestal forever. One of the greatest guys, and I'll never forget his voice. That's just, that's normal. Everybody never had that voice in the back of your mind. And it's just something that hopefully we can. I was gonna do like something with my cleats just for him this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Show him a little bit of love. Just because he meant so much to the game of football. And we just got to keep it going. Hopefully we can the league can do something every year for him, because, he was one of those pillars in this football thing.
Speaking of that love, man, care to talk about that Rolex watch you got?
Oh, man, you see my QB1 got me right, man. QB1 got me right. I think we might just do a watch a year now, got to get it. Next year is my turn.
Good luck this week, my slime.
Thanks, boss. Appreciate you.
Hey, Steph. I wanted to follow up first on what you're saying about Isaiah McKenzie, how he finds that right balance between serious and having fun. We really mostly see the fun side of him joking with you guys and stuff like that. So what is happening behind the scenes? Like, does he flip a switch to become more serious? Or
No. He's a clown 100% all the time. But when I say more serious, it's as far as like with his craft, like on scout team, he wasn't getting all the reps in the game. But when it came to scout team, he was like killing himself, because he was doing all the special teams. He was doing all the scout team. He was serious about his craft, still winning out there, still trying to dominate, regardless of the situation. And it kind of gave me back to my rookie year when I wasn't playing, but I still was trying to get better on the scout team. And even the starters was getting mad at me at one point because I'm trying to kill him, even on a Friday when you're supposed to take it easy. So for me, I feel like Lil Dirty takes that similar approach, or even took it even next step and just said, even though I'm not playing, I'm still sharpening my blade. So when it's ready to cut, he was going to be ready. And that's why nobody was really surprised. I wasn't surprised. I knew what he could do. We saw it time and time again. So I try not to give him too many pats on the back. He's going to pat himself on the back.
Makes a lot of sense. And then I was wondering, we talked to you about the Pro Bowl last week, but for Deion Dawkins to get that nod, he's had kind of an up and down year of just the first bout of COVID, the second bout. What has it meant to see him get that recognition when he's had so much other stuff to navigate this season?
Yeah, he stayed the course, as far as like how players are supposed to stay the course, keep grinding, and take the good and take the bad with it. So I feel like he's a guy that didn't get on the roller coaster as far as like the things that's going on around him. Him getting sick, he just put his best foot forward each and every day, and I feel like we can all learn something from him. That no matter how the cards shuffle, you gotta make them work.
And then last, you seem to really feed off the crowd in New England, kind of go back and forth with them a bit. I know it's a rivalry game anyway, but can you just take us through what you were feeling from the crowd that game on Sunday?
It was a lot of intensity, even like before the game. Like I'm for everybody know me, I'm pretty like an even kill person. I'm pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? And they like to heckle, I guess is the word for it. So kind of like with the pregame and then like throughout the game, I'm not a huge fan of like fan talking. So it's just more so like, you know what I'm saying? I love everything about it. I love the process about it just because, it's a lot of people in the family, they want you to lose. So, you perform your best when you're back against the wall or people don't want to see you win. That type of stuff I live for. I get more satisfaction out of proving people wrong.
Awesome. Thanks, Steph.
Thanks, Steph. That's all we have for today.